Amazon Prime Day 2026 ran from, and Amazon stretched it into a full 4-day event this year, which means there were more deals, more categories, and honestly more chances to snag something you have been eyeing for months. Kitchen gear was one of the biggest winners of this year's sale, with massive markdowns on cookware sets, espresso machines, air fryers, pressure cookers, and even small everyday gadgets that make cooking just a little bit easier. I went through everything, cross-checked prices, and pulled together the 7 deals that genuinely stood out as worth your money. So whether you are trying to finally replace that scratched-up non-stick pan or you want to treat yourself to a proper espresso setup, this list has something for you. Number 7. Keurig K Mini Compact Coffee Maker. Kicking off our list at number 7 is the Keurig K Mini, and honestly, this is the deal I recommend to almost anyone living in a smaller space or a dorm room. Not everyone wants a giant coffee station taking over their countertop, and that is exactly the problem this little machine solves. It measures under 5 inches wide and about 12 inches tall, making it one of the slimmest single-serve coffee makers you can buy, yet it still manages to fit travel mugs up to 7 inches tall underneath it without any awkward maneuvering. During Prime Day, this model saw a nice discount that brought it well below its usual price point. And for anyone who has been putting off buying a dedicated coffee maker because of space constraints, this was the moment to jump. What makes the K Mini worth talking about isn't flashy technology or a dozen brew settings. It is reliability and simplicity. You fill the reservoir, pop in a pod, and within minutes you have a fresh cup without any cleanup beyond tossing the used pod. For students, small apartments, RVs, or even a secondary coffee station in a home office, this machine checks every box. It is also incredibly beginner-friendly, so if you are buying a coffee maker for a college student or someone who has never owned one before, this is about as foolproof as it gets. The Prime Day pricing on the K Mini made it one of the most talked about small appliance deals this year, and reviewers consistently point out that even at full price it is a solid buy, so getting it discounted made it an easy recommendation. It will not replace a full espresso setup, and it is not meant to. Number 6. Instant Pot Pressure Cookers. We have a classic that never really goes out of style, the Instant Pot. If you bought one of these back when they first became a viral kitchen sensation, there is a good chance the sealing ring and inner pot have seen better days, and Prime Day 2026 gave longtime fans a perfect excuse to upgrade. Amazon discounted 2 different models this year, and both are worth knowing about depending on how much cooking flexibility you want. The 7-in-1 model covers all your standard bases, including slow cooking, pressure cooking, and sautéing, and it dropped to around $65 during the sale, down from its usual price near $110. For just a little more, the 9-in-1 version adds sous vide and sterilizing functions on top of everything the smaller model offers, and it was marked down to roughly $70 from its normal $140. That is essentially half off, which is a rare discount for a device this popular. What makes the Instant Pot such a kitchen staple is versatility. It genuinely replaces several appliances at once, cutting down on both counter clutter and cooking time for things like beans, stews, rice, and yogurt. For anyone building out a first kitchen, feeding a large family, or just tired of babysitting a stovetop pot for hours, this is one of those purchases that pays for itself quickly in convenience alone. The sous vide function on the 9-in-1 model is a nice bonus for anyone experimenting with more precise cooking techniques without buying a separate immersion circulator. Given how consistently these models sell out during major shopping events, the fact that both were still available at these prices through most of Prime Day made this one of the more accessible deals on the list. Number 5. Ninja Crispy Air Fryer. Coming in at number 5 is the appliance everyone seemed to be talking about this Prime Day, the Ninja Crispy Air Fryer. Air fryers have been popular for years now, but the Crispy line managed to generate a genuine buzz this season, and Amazon offered 2 versions during the sale. The smaller 4-in-1 model came in at around $153, discounted from its usual $180, and includes 4 cooking settings covering crisping, air frying, baking, and re-crisping leftovers. It ships with 2 containers, a 4-quart and a 6-cup option, both of which are microwave and dishwasher safe and come with locking lids so you can store food directly in the fridge without transferring it to another container. For those wanting more capacity, the larger 6-in-1 model was marked down to $250 from its usual $300, and it steps things up with a 6-quart main basket plus a 2.5-quart second container, along with additional roast and dehydrate functions. What sets the Crispy apart from a lot of competing air fryers is the dual container design, which lets you cook 2 different foods at 2 different temperatures simultaneously, something that used to require buying 2 separate machines. Number 4. Simple Human Sensor Pump Soap Dispenser. On our list might surprise you, because it is not a flashy countertop appliance, it is a soap dispenser. But hear me out, because the simple human sensor pump has developed a genuine cult following among home organization and kitchen enthusiasts, and for good reason. This is a touch-free, motion-activated dispenser that senses your hand and delivers a precise amount of soap without you ever needing to touch a pump, which is a small detail that makes a surprisingly big difference when your hands are covered in raw chicken, dough, or dish soap residue. Built with durability in mind, it is designed to handle years of daily use without the pump mechanism failing, which is a common complaint with cheaper manual dispensers that clog or stick over time. It is also easy to refill and clean, with a sleek design that looks intentional sitting next to your sink rather than like an afterthought squeeze bottle. During Prime Day, this dispenser saw a solid discount off its normal price. And while it is admittedly not a budget item even on sale, plenty of home reviewers and kitchen product testers consider it worth the splurge specifically because of how reliably it performs day after day. It is the kind of purchase that does not sound exciting on paper, but ends up being one of those small quality-of-life upgrades you notice every single time you use your sink. For anyone setting up a new kitchen, renovating, or just tired of replacing flimsy soap pumps every few months, this is a deal worth prioritizing. It also makes a genuinely great housewarming or holiday gift, since it feels a little more premium than the average kitchen accessory without being over the top. Number 3. Our Place Always Pan, Titanium. Sliding into the number 3 spot is a piece of cookware that has become something of a modern kitchen icon, the Our Place Always Pan. This brand built its reputation on the idea that one well-designed pan could replace 8 different pieces of cookware, and the newer titanium line takes that concept even further with an upgraded, more durable non-stick coating that home cooks and reviewers have raved about since its release. During Prime Day, the titanium version was discounted by $50, while the original Always Pan saw an even steeper markdown of around 41% off its regular price. Both options give you the same core appeal: a pan that functions as a sauté pan, steamer, skillet, saucier, non-stick pan, spoon rest, and strainer all in one piece, which is a genuine space and money saver for smaller kitchens or anyone trying to declutter their cabinets. The design itself has become a bit of a social media sensation over the past few years, with its rounded edges, integrated spatula rest, and range of aesthetically pleasing colorways making it as much a statement piece as a functional tool. But beyond the looks, this pan consistently gets praised in independent testing for its even heat distribution and genuinely non-stick performance, which is not always a given with trendy cookware. The titanium upgrade specifically addresses one of the more common criticisms of the original line, offering improved scratch resistance and a coating that holds up better over repeated use and higher heat cooking. For anyone who has been curious about this brand but held off because of the price tag, Prime Day made it significantly more approachable. Number 2. Tramontina 12-piece stainless steel cookware set. We have a deal aimed at anyone who wants to overhaul their entire cookware collection in one purchase: the Tramontina 12-piece stainless steel set. This has consistently been rated as a favorite among cookware testers, and during Prime Day it received a full $100 discount off its list price, which is a substantial markdown for a set of this size and quality. Constructed with a tri-ply build and made from 1810 stainless steel, this set is designed for serious, long-term use rather than being a flimsy starter kit that needs replacing within a couple of years. The tri-ply construction sandwiches an aluminum core between layers of stainless steel, which promotes even heat distribution across the entire cooking surface and helps prevent the hot spots that plague cheaper cookware. Reviewers and testers who have used this set extensively consistently praise both its build quality and its ergonomic, comfortable handles, which matter more than people expect once you are juggling a heavy pot filled with soup or sauce. 12 pieces is enough to cover essentially every cooking need in a typical household, from small saucepans for reheating leftovers to larger stockpots for big batch cooking, soups, and pasta. Because stainless steel cookware like this is built to last decades with proper care, unlike non-stick pans that eventually need replacing once the coating wears down, this is genuinely a buy-at-once type of purchase. For anyone furnishing a new kitchen from scratch, replacing a mismatched hodgepodge of old pots and pans, or simply wanting a reliable, professional-grade set that will outlast trendier cookware options, this deal delivered exceptional value. Number 1. Breville Touchscreen Espresso Machine. And finally, taking the top spot as the best Prime Day kitchen deal of 2026 is the Breville Touchscreen Espresso Machine. If you are someone who has been dreaming about ditching your daily coffee shop run in favor of a proper at-home setup, this was the deal to jump on. This machine comes packed with features that typically only show up on much pricier professional-grade equipment, including an integrated precision conical burr grinder that grinds beans fresh for every single shot, a heat-up time of just about 3 seconds so you are never standing around waiting, and an intuitive touchscreen interface that makes dialing in your perfect shot far less intimidating than traditional espresso machines with a wall of unlabeled dials and buttons. It even includes programmable milk temperature and texture settings, which means you can save your ideal latte or cappuccino preferences and get consistent, cafe-quality results every time without guesswork. During Prime Day, this machine was discounted by $50 below its lowest price point recorded all year, making this the single best time to buy it in recent memory according to price tracking data. Espresso machines at this feature level often cost significantly more, so seeing one with a built-in grinder and this level of programmability drop to this price point is a genuinely rare occurrence, not just a typical seasonal markdown. For home baristas, or anyone who has been slowly building up their coffee setup and wants to make the jump from pod-based machines to true espresso, this is about as good an entry point as you will find into higher-end coffee equipment.